This is Ben Ortega with 915 High School Football Answers. I'm here with Coach Bernie Luna from Burges High School. Thank you, Coach, for taking the time to talk to us today. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I kind of know already you're from the Rio Grande Valley, but let's go. Let's do it again.
Yeah, that is correct. I'm originally from McAllen, Texas. Born and raised there. Lived there for my high school years and all that, and then had the opportunity to go play football. So I went to Sol Ross State University. One of the best universities I can say that really molded me and built up my character because I didn't have any kind of family there. My hometown was just not around the corner, so I couldn't go home in the weekends. So I really had to learn how to be by myself, depend on myself, depend on my friends, my buddies, my teammates, especially when I lived about 8.5 hours away. So that's a little bit of me. I went to Sol Ross, played football there.
Let me stop you. So, did you play with Scotty Walden while he was there?
No, shoot, man, I'm a lot older.
Okay.
I'm 43 years old, and I was there from 2000 through 2003.
Okay, nice. Right. So, trick question here, and you gotta answer it correctly. You gotta be careful with this. Who has the better food, 915 or 956?
That's a tough question, man. Because I like both
Right.
types of Mexican food for
Right.
sure. I just know there's a difference between
Definitely.
the Valley food and El Paso food,
Right.
and the El Paso food grows on you.
Right.
It does.
It does.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I've loved the El Paso food. So whenever I go home, I try to hit up one of those little restaurants back in the valley, and they're everywhere. But there is a big difference.
Okay.
And I think it has to do with the spice and chili.
Right. And I think they do more veggies and
Yes.
fruit out there. So I totally agree. I tasted once in LA, totally different Mexican food. It's just everyone has different Mexican food. Anyway, let's go back to football. What's your coaching resume, Coach? Where you been? What have you?
I started at PSA North.
Okay.
When I first graduated from college, graduated in December, I was a paraprofessional for about half a semester because since I graduated in December, there's not really a lot of openings.
Mhm.
And then being a PE guy, there's not openings for a young guy for
Okay.
PE. So I did half a semester at an elementary school as a PE coach. And then PSA North, Orlando Garcia decided to give me a call because the defensive coordinator there at that time was my defensive coordinator in high school. So he knew I was down there. He gave me a call. Hey, you need to come up here. We have an opening, a freshman position, and we want you to come out with us. So I'm like, all right. So I met up with the head coach, and I went in shorts because I didn't know what to expect. Like, is he gonna put me through a workout or something? Like, I don't know. So
How old were you?
I was barely 24 years old,
Okay,
23,
okay.
23,
Yeah.
24.
Right.
So, I went in there, talked to the head coach. He knew who I was, and we talked football. And the one thing he did say is, "I know you're a good athlete. I know you're a good player, but you got to remember some of these kids are not like you. So I need you to really coach them up. As best as you can, show them the right way. Fundamentals." And that's what I did. We met with the principal that day as well, and next thing you know, I'm a coach and a teacher there. As a math teacher, though. Exactly. So I've been doing math for all these long
nice.
years. Yeah.
Okay.
18 years.
So is it algebra? What are you teaching?
Well, I teach the basic. I've done everything. Like
Okay.
Algebra 1, Algebra 2, Geometry, Math College Prep,
Mhm.
and pre-college.
Okay. Well, I think you're a smart guy.
Yeah. Well,
Okay. And then from there, how'd you end up in El Paso?
okay. So, I ended up in El Paso 2009.
Okay.
I am divorced, and I have an older daughter. She's just 21. Her family was from El Paso. I'm from the Valley. It just didn't work out, so I wanted to be closer to my daughter. So that's why I made the move to El Paso in 2009.
Okay.
And my first job was at Bowie, but at that time they didn't have any openings for coaching. But I knew Coach Morales, Peter Morales, so
Okay.
I was there working out with him in the gym, basketball and all that. And the following year, he was going to hire me as a basketball coach. But I told him, you know what, I want to be a football coach, not a basketball coach.
Okay.
So he told me there was two openings, one at Jefferson and one at Chase. And I knew where Jefferson was because we used to go eat at Dairy King right down the street. So I was like, you know what? I know where Jefferson's at.
Yeah.
So I went to go talk to Coach Pete, and he gave me a job that day.
Okay, nice.
So that's how I ended up at Jefferson for 5 years with working with Coach Pete and also with Coach Clark.
Okay, and then Burges.
And then I moved to Burges. Yes.
Okay.
You know, I was with Coach Pete for about 3 years. 1 year was 2 years was just an assistant. 1 year as a coordinator. Then Coach Clark came in. I was a coordinator for Coach Clark as well. And then you know, I just felt like I needed to move. So Coach Graham had an opening. So you know, I decided to apply for the coordinator position. He met. We had lots of meetings, and he liked what I did, so he hired me first. And, you know, and then, you know, like after that 1 year, you know, he left to another campus, and that's when the job opened. And I know I applied for being a head coach, even though I wasn't ready. But I was like, you know what, might as well.
Right.
And you know, luckily, Coach Rutledge got the opportunity to be the head coach. And he asked me if I could stay, and I did.
Oh, nice.
And you know, so working with under all those coaches, you know, everybody has a different philosophy. Everybody, and I've learned little bits from every single one of them, and that's what I'm using at the moment.
Nice. Good, man. Well, good to hear your coaching background. We were talking earlier about one of these coaches that you have here at 24. Man, it's don't plan on being here the rest of your life. It's going to be a lot of changes. So if you want to be a coach, we expect you to change, right? Move around. So that's just the way it works out. Okay, your first year as a head coach, what did you learn about yourself? I know you had to have learned something about yourself.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, I don't want to say I'm a control freak, but, you know, being a defensive coordinator, I get to control everything, you know. And what I really wanted to do as a head coach is give my coordinators the ability to call plays, make the adjustments, and I'm just going to be the manager.
Okay.
You know, I'll take care of everything else. You just worry about the football stuff, and I'll worry about everything outside of you calling the plays.
Okay.
So even though I did every now and then put my foot in, but you know, they took over for the most part, and that was just hard for me because, you know, I like to control everything. You know, like control the game, but I gotta have faith in my coaches, and that's what I did. I know we didn't do very well as we expected. We had 2 goals in mind. One is to win district, and 2 to make the playoffs. And you know, we didn't win district. So the next goal was we gotta win.
Okay.
And you know, we got it.
Okay, good. So what does hashtag IOB stand to mean to you?
IOB, that's just do the right thing.
Okay.
Do it for your brother next to you. Do it for your sister next to you. You know, don't do things for yourself.
Okay.
Do it for the ones that love you.
Okay.
You know, that's what it really means to be IOB. Whenever we say IOB, that's family.
Okay, good.
You know, so you know, we say that a lot. And you know, our athletes, our campus, that's our motto now. Everybody uses it, from just our regular students to our faculty to our athletes. Everybody uses the IOB because we believe in it. We believe we're a family, no matter what happens.
So that's your culture here is, you know, brotherly love, right? And back up your brother. Okay, good. It's gonna get a little tougher now. So, what does a realignment do for you? How did you feel, or what do you feel is gonna happen with this realignment?
Well, I already kind of knew it was gonna happen, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've been sitting in the 16th district, you know, and I just knew it was gonna get harder. And as a coach, you gotta accept that challenge. You know, it's just like a regular football game. You play to win the game.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter who's your opponent, whatever. You gotta be prepared. You gotta, you know, really focus on the opponent that week. And you know, we gotta be, you know, one of the better teams at the end of the day. Yeah.
So, 70925 area code, right? We live in the zip code of 70925 where this goes in it. What should they expect for the 24 camp? What can you tell them this is what you're gonna see week in and week out?
And I'll be honest, you know, I'm very upfront too, and you know, I know everybody's thinking about the Valle, San Theo, Chase. Those are the 3 top teams here in our district for now, right? But I think we're part of that 3 teams.
Okay.
I think we're gonna be one of the teams that makes it to the playoffs as well.
Nice.
So I'm not sure what seed we're gonna be in. Our goal is to get number 1, But we really feel like we're one of those top teams that we should be mentioned with them. But it's like I tell everybody too. If you look at our previous records, yeah, they're not gonna mention us at all. So we gotta work harder. We gotta show ourselves. We gotta prove to every single week that we are the team to beat.
Nice. Returning starters on offense. How many you got? What do you got coming back?
We have 22 experienced coming back.
Okay.
Now, out of those 22, 14 played a starting role.
Okay.
And you can cut it in half. It's 7 on offense, 7 on defense. Okay. But some of those skill players are going to be playing both ways as well. So, as you look at our numbers in our campus running, about 1,400 students, almost at close to 1,300. So, we really have to have our athletes on the field. And right now, I think that's the direction we're going to.
So if you're returning, man, fight for that. You like to play, fight for that. Going both ways. Starts now. So feeder schools. Who's coming into to Burges? What do you have coming in? What schools?
We got MacArthur coming in. We're excited about MacArthur, and we also have Wally Hardley.
Yeah.
The old Ross. They're coming in as well.
Nice. If I'm a freshman, I walk through those weight room doors. What should I expect when I walk through those doors when I come in as a freshman?
I mean, at a point, especially in the summertime, when you come in as a freshman, incoming freshman, I'm gonna coach you up. I'm gonna be in here and inside the weight room with you guys, getting to know you. While everybody else is outside, I'll make sure I'm in here with you guys in the weight room, talking to you. How you doing? Are you ready for the season to come up? You're working hard. So we had a very good group come in the summertime. They know who I am, and I'm expecting them to be here in the summertime as well.
Nice. Pre-game ritual. Last week I talked to Coach Valle, and he mentioned that the alumni, Burges, Bowie has an amazing alumni, like I'm sure Burges does with the IOB. They sent me a friend request yesterday. So what do you do for pregame for your team?
At the moment, our ritual was, they get to decide on what to do as a team. So most of the varsity will go and gather at a certain location and eat together before coming here to Burges. So, I think this year we're trying to create a booster club, and it's already up and running now. So now the goal is to feed them every single pre-meal before the game. So, and then I'll have a special location for them. Put the TV on, put the music on, getting ready, getting focused. Make sure they're together and build that bond.
So, any Burgess alumni that want to help with this, feed the kids, you want to give back to your old school, reach out to Coach Luna and or anybody on the staff to help out with that. So, post game, coaches, what are you doing after the game? You get the W. Where are you going? What are you doing?
I know everybody has families now. It's not like the old days where we used to hang out and go stop to a little restaurant,
right.
And have a few Cokes. But no, everybody goes in their own direction. But I think this year we're gonna make it where if we win, we're gonna hang out real quick, at a certain spot, and just say thanks because winning is hard. You gotta celebrate wins because those wins don't come off.
Right.
So when they do, we really gotta celebrate.
Nice. Coach, I grew up at Austin High School, so we always played Burges. Burges was always tough back in the 90s. They were, not the fastest. You had Andres and Irvin that took care of that, but they were always tough. And I'm expecting the same things upcoming year from your boys this year. I'm rooting for you guys. I'm a big proponent of 915 high school football, man. I feel like if whatever I could do to put their name out, send me their names, send me their stats, and we'll post it for them and give those boys some love. I know we have an Instagram page where we do that with a lot of the kids. So whatever you need, we're here. We got my number, so let me know, Coach. All right?
Yeah, well.
Thank you very much for your time, and go Burgess.
Let's go.
Thank you, Coach.